So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to lane well and why is laning important and what mindset should you have entering the laning stage. So in this game, I'm playing Fearless Void with the Enchantress against Veno and Marcy, which is not an easy lane, of course. Veno is a big counter against Void, and Cuckoo is one of the best offlaner out there in the world right now. In this lane, my mindset of entering the lane is, as you can see, I'm buying a lot of stats, Circlet and Flippers, because against Venomancer, I can class hit better, deny well, deny our range, make him have 6 slow, so his snake's not that strong, his poison is not that strong. So what I'm doing in this lane is like try to keep the creep in front of my tower as near as possible, so I can keep farming in front of the tower. And another thing about farming into the tower, because it's good because of that you will have like +3 armor and 1 HP regen. So it's like your preferred area to farming. As you can see, I'm trying to just hitting the creep. I'm not looking at hitting him anymore or at all in the laning. We pull 2 range creep, we deny. I communicated with my post 5 to prioritize denying and ask my post 5 to hit the post 3 instead. Because I cannot do it. If I do it, he's gonna trade better at me. So we're focused on hitting creeps. And as you can see, we always like make the creep balance at our side more. Which means that if the enemy has more creep than you, the creep is always gonna be in front of your tower, because eventually the creep gonna hit each other and come back to your tower, and yeah, it's a free farm for you if the creep is inside your tower. So another thing you guys might notice about the laning is that pulling aggro. So what I recommend is you shouldn't always be the one who aggro first, because if you aggro first in the wave, let's say the creep is here, you aggro it, it's gonna be in front of your tower. And the creep gonna be in front of the tower. So aggroing is for like when you wanna deny the range creep. And it needs to be under like such circumstance, such as enemy cannot take range creep, which is so rare. So as you can see in this lane, he's the one aggroing always on Venomancer. But in this case, I see a lot of wave coming in, so I'm aggroing it. The reason I'm aggroing it because when there's too much creep, I wanna reduce it. So the creep becomes same again. As you can see, there's 3 and 3 again. So as you can see in this lane, I never hit the Veno first. I only hit him when he hits my teammates. Why? Because of the fact that if I'm the one hitting him first, they're gonna go at me and I'm gonna lose more HP. But if I wait them to hit me, they need to use spell and then I time dilation back. It's a bad trade for them. So in this lane, whoever go first is having a disadvantage. Because let's imagine Marcy jump me, I just jump out. But if I go to Marcy and jump him or like playing aggressive, he jump me and I'm dead. So in this lane, the most important thing is I'm not dying. Another thing to mention is that the big camp here. So as you can see, both support contesting the big camp right here, because of the fact that if this camp is spawning and the creep is, let's say, in front of the tower, so they have a chance to stack this as 55 seconds and or even pull it at 45 seconds. So it's a bad situation if the creep is here and you need to go and contest it here, right? Which you're not gonna enjoy it because enemy Marcy can just kill you here. They can kill you here in the side lane, but if you're like here, there's no way you can get killed. So this game is a perfect example of like when your post 5 doesn't block the big camp. You know, watching this, 3 creeps dying, and if you're walking inside, the Lion can stun and the Dawn can kill you. Or this is the worst case. They're holding the wave in front of the towers while they're blocking this small camp. This is like the nightmare for carry. And the creep is here. Guess what I'm feeling? I need to push this in. So if this happens, you need to push this in and you need to try to pull this one also. But it's already happened and this guy is having like 2 free waves. And he's strong already. So the only way you fix after this bad thing happened is to push the wave inside the tower. So the wave come back here, at least. So as you can see at this stage of game, I'm having a good time compared to other Void fighting a Venom. Usually a Void gets sacked before like 5 minutes, but I managed to do much better than him, like 4 creeps above, and he's still level 4 at 5 minutes, and he just got level 4. So at this point, I feel like I need a support to kill this guy, because after the laning goes, this hero is becoming stronger because of the second spell. So as a carry, you can always ask your teammates to TP and, you know, to secure your lane first. In this case, a TP in. Look at my net worth before he TP'd 2.1. After he TP'd, I got like 2 whole waves by myself. Okay, so my net worth was 2.1 when he TP'd. Now I'm 2.6. But the Veno has the same net worth. He even needs to TP back home and he lost like 2 more wave, which is so painful. So you can also call your teammates to help you in a hard position. Because for me, this one is like the game winning move from Q, my post 4. It gives me like so much advantage. So in this game, when I can leave the lane, like textbook is from Lone Root TP, because if Lone Root TP, I need to TP to here and avoid the Lone Root because I cannot lane against that guy. So at this point, it's already like 7.5 minutes. The laning stage is like over at most here, and after this I'm thinking about like making a move now. So I'm so happy with the result. I have 3.3 and Veno is 2.2. I won him by 1.1k goal, which is like we'll say 80-20 matchup. So I'm winning this lane because I focus on the last hitting and make the creep here. Let's say if my creep balance is not good, let's say the lane is here, even the AATP we cannot get a kill. That's why balancing the wave is so important, is so that your mid and your post 4 can TP and kill the offlane. So against like certain heroes, you need to leave the lane when they're like have a lot of levels. Let's say in this case, Veno has 5 already. I don't wanna fight him. So annoying to last hit. Even like Beastmaster, Enigma, you don't wanna lane them. They're so strong. But these heroes are weak because they cannot move out of their lanes. Let's say Veno TP to other lane. What can this hero do? It's like a creep that can lane. So some heroes, if you move out of the lane, it will make them become like uncomfortable. As you can see at this point, I'm already 6. I'm thinking about leaving the lane. I don't want to lane against Veno anymore. So I'm looking towards mid. And when you're winning the lane, another basic process of thoughts is that you can always look to help the other lanes, because let's imagine if you keep punishing this guy, it doesn't do anything. But if you're punishing the winning lane of enemy and helping the losing lane of ours, it's gonna make a more advantage to the team. Okay, but this move works because this is a competitive game and this guy is ready as 4 as 5. So this is a wonderful move, of course. But even in pub, I feel like you can do it because even though you fail, I think you might get Invoker at least. So it's not bad. And it's always good to like have a good habit of helping your teammates and trusting each other. So this move can be wrong and make you like become poorer if you decided to TP on like a free lane. Let's say this is not a Venomancer. This hero is like a let's say you're fighting like Pango, you don't want to TP here. But in this case, I have a 3-man chrono, and let's say that 2 support is not here, I'm not gonna TP there because the map is not worth enough for me to move. And hence, I'm TPing here. I cannot go back bot, it takes too long. I need to walk like all the way from mid to bottom. It takes like 30 seconds at least. So if you decide to make a move in mid, you should be aware that it's really rough for you to go back bottom, and you need to take the mid tower at least. So the way you think is like you're gonna trade this lane into like something bigger, which is mid lane. So if you are able to like feel that the trade is better for you, you should do it. But if it's like, you know, let's imagine Dazzle walking here alone, you don't TP here. Even you got a Dazzle free kill, but I don't think Dazzle is worth the kills. You only react with if it's a mid hero or core heroes. So this game I'm playing Ranger carry, and it's a for fun hero, but I think it's a good hero. So at first I'm not having a good lane because my mistake, my post 5 competing on the bottom side of bounty while I'm competing alone against 2 heroes, and you guys shouldn't copy this behavior because as you can see, I lose like almost my HP entering the laning stage. This is a big factor of winning or losing lane by giving first blood. So when I'm entering this lane, I know that I'm not healthy and I'm pretty low on HP. So I decide to just, you know, farm and try to hit the primal on like a aggro free. This is a aggro free range. When you're walking in the jungle and you can hit them and the creep will not aggro back, that's called aggro free. It only works in range creep. As a range hero, you always want to hit the enemy if you can. Then I just hit him, I keep hitting him. Because if I keep contesting the last hit with this guy, he's having like 90 damage. I'm having 53 damage. In order for me to last hit, I need to hit him so he's low, and you know, he's annoyed by me and he cannot just fully focus on last hitting. So that's the only choice I have in this lane. So the concept is that if you're a range hero and the enemy is like melee hero that's have a high damage, you should always like hit them and make them like annoyed. Because if you're like focusing on last hitting only, you cannot last hit it even you're so good, because the damage itself is so high. And meanwhile, you need to be careful of like dying, because most range heroes are so easy to kill in the lane if you're hitting too much, and especially the wave. If the melee creep is hitting you, it's gonna hurt. So in this lane, I'm making a mistake by pressing win run, because if I always have a win run spell, this hero cannot kill me, he cannot outrun me. But I make a mistake which cost me the lane. When you have a spell and you use it, when the cooldown is like down, you need to play safe. But in this case, I'm still playing aggressive. You know, look at me hitting him, and he see the angle and kill me. So another lesson is like, if your spell is down, try to play like safe. Let's say you play anti-mage, you blink in, and you know, you need to play safe for like 10 seconds and just wait. Just need to be patient in the lane. When I'm coming back to the lane, what I think is that if you guys look at my creep, you see I'm having like 2 range creep and 5 melee creeps. At this one, I want to push the wave and punish him in the tower. I want to find a kill. So I follow them into the tower. Try to hit my power shot. He almost dead, but luckily not. So when the wave is pushing, you should always think of like punishing the enemy inside the tower, because most of the time they're like low and, you know, not healthy, or at least deny the creep inside the tower. This will make a big difference to the enemy off lane. So at this point, The pressuring is good because of that. I could just, make the Abaddon, let's say if you have one sentry, he can unblock this camp and pull the next wave for free. But in this case, he doesn't have sentry, so he decided to pressure it with me. So what I mean is like, in every place, there's a play that you can fix it after you make a mistake. So in this particular situation, some players might not be confident and pressuring because I have a lot of like low MR friends, and they, after they see the tower and the hero inside the tower, they're just gonna wait and AFK here, let's say. So the point I'm showing is that if you are healthy enough and you're like have more HP, have more mana, and you check their stats, they have like 200 HP, 300 HP, not healthy enough, you can just pressure them alone and be confident. But in some case, I mean, you might lose your life doing it, but just need to balance it out. So just always think about like pressuring enemy in the safe lane. So most of the heroes in this meta is like you like to lane forever or as long as possible, because the one who is strong in the lane would always want to stay in the lane longer. Let's say hero like Troll, Monkey King, Pudge, as long as they have like more level, they're more stronger and they have like more kill threats in the lane. So keep in mind on the timing hero, you can always like stay in the lane long and don't be scared of getting kicked out. Compared to non-timing hero, only Morphling and Void is like to stay a lane longer, because this hero can jungle so fast. Actually, it's matter a lot on like how fast you jungle. Like let's say you're like Wind Ranger, you're like Razor, your jungle is not that fast, so you would prefer staying on the lane more. In this game, as a Wind Ranger, you need a Maelstrom to start jungling fast, which comes out pretty late. In this game, it's like 15 minutes and I have a Maelstrom. If I'm a Wind Ranger and I only have like Threads and Javelin, if I start hitting jungle like this, it's not efficient. That's what I'm trying to imply. So you just need to always think about how efficient you can be. So start farming when you have like the thing that can make you farm easily. So the main point of fighting the matchup is you have two choices. One is to competing in the last hit, or two, hitting them in the face. So you can see by like, if you're fighting Primal Beast, this guy has a lot of damage, base damage, so he's gonna deny everything if you're not trying to fight him. But against the Veno I shown in the T1 and Talon game, if I decide to keep going on him, it's not healthy, and it's not easy for like melee heroes to like play that aggressive. So you need to think about two factors, like your heroes and enemy heroes. Because let's say if I'm playing Wind Ranger against Veno, of course I'm gonna hit Veno, because that guy is easy to kill for range, but Veno is not gonna be picked against like Wind Ranger. So what you need to think is like, in your game, it's gonna be like all different heroes from mine. So you just need to think like, say if you meet Primal Beast, you can have my mindset of like hitting them. If you meet like Viper, you want to contest last hit deny, you don't want to fight that venomous hero. If you're fighting like Necrophos, you want to delay his level, you want to deny as much as possible. So I have one theory, is that in every game, if you manage to keep the creep equilibrium in front of your tower like this, or not in front of their towers, it's always gonna be an easier game for you to play. Hence you can decide to keep harassing enemy or deny the creeps in the tower. To be able to do that, you need to keep thinking about the creep numbers. So you always think about how many creep do enemy have and how much do we have. So you just need to make it equal. You cannot make it like, you cannot make your melee creep more than enemies, because it's gonna push in their tower and they're gonna do the same thing you did to them. So whoever got the equilibrium controls the game in the lane. So when the creep is in front of your tower, the benefit you have is that you can choose to pull this creep. You can hit the enemy face, like I grow free here on the side of the jungle. You can, you know, help the post 4, help the post 5 and the post 4 attacking him, or you can even kill easier. Because as you can see, if they are like here, our side, it's easier to kill them because it takes so long for them to run back to the tower. So this is like a killing area for you. But for them, if you are around here, around my cursor, it's not easy for them to kill you here. It's so close to the tower, anyone can TP and get a free kills and, you know, help. So another benefit of balancing the wave here is the armor increased by 3 and health regeneration by 1. This is like a free wristband, you know, 2 armor and 1 regen is like so big in the laning. So it's easier, you know, for you to hit them from your tower. And if they hit you back, you have 3 regen, 1 armor. It's a bad trade for them. So they don't want to hit you in the tower. And it's easier to, you know, rotate. If the creep is here, the post 4 can choose, you know, TP here and jump, kill 1. Good game, nice one. And then it just opened a lot of angles for you to play. So if the creep is here, it's just like you can choose to do so many things. You can just farm, save, you can bring a friend to kill, you can harass them better, you can pull the wave. So you have like 4 choices by playing a good creep equilibrium.